Hey, we're getting into closer to fall, and right now I'm going to take advantage of this cooler weather and clean out the rabbit house and the chicken coops. Stay tuned. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. I like to clean out the chicken coop at least twice a year, at least. I try to do it every season change, but get preoccupied with stuff this year. So I did clean it out in the spring, and now we're getting to fall, and I'll clean it out again and get the chickens ready for the winter months. So I got most of their old bedding out, dumped it into the wheelbarrow here. So I'm going to take it over and put it in my chicken poop compost pile in the garden. And then we'll let it sit there and cure and season, and then we'll implement it to our plant beds as I build them in the next growing season. So I have some fresh shavings to put in the chicken coop, and I also have some diatomaceous earth to control mites, and then fresh straw to put in the nesting boxes. So let's get that stuff down and get the chicken coop back together. I did hose it down and get all the cobwebs out and all the dust, and got the floor all cleaned out. So now we're ready for the new material. So while my phone was on the battery charger, I went ahead and finished the project. So I got new bedding down, new shavings. We put the feeder in here because the deer were coming into the chicken coop area, the chicken run, and eating all the feed. So I put some fresh shavings in the roost, and I also sprinkled some diatomaceous earth around here, and also put fresh straw. Oh, Hen's made herself at home already. And diatomaceous earth in the nesting boxes. That way it controls the mites. Something else I did, I heard spearmint oil or peppermint oil kind of dissuades rodents from coming in. And I have been having a rodent problem, so I went ahead and sprinkled some, or put drops around each door into each nesting box and around the doorway into the chicken coop. And then I also did it at around the outside of the chicken coop to help to see if it works. We'll see. Now, to really see if it works, I installed my trail camera in here to see if it'll catch any rodents coming in. And if it catches a rodent coming in, sniffing around and scatting, well, then we know it works. So placed some fresh bedding down in here, got them some fresh water, and I got them a dust bath with diatomaceous earth in that, so that way it gives them healthy feathers and also gives them the ability to control mites, because that diatomaceous earth will kill the parasites. I put a flake of straw in here so they can dig through and not be bored, because chickens love to scratch and peck. So now I have some happy and contented chickens and a nice little chicken family here. I've got baby chicks. I am enjoying life on the farm. I'm glad I got this task out of the way. I've been wanting to do it for a couple of weeks. So it's done, it's behind me. There's a chore I can mark off the list. Another chore I have to do is finish the chicken fencing. I've been waiting for the weather to cool down because I really don't want to do it in the heat of the day. So I got my fencing already, got all my posts. Now I just have to install the fence. Now, as far as the rabbit barn goes, I finally cleaned that out today too. I had to, uh, I missed a couple of weeks, so there's like 3 or 4 weeks worth of feces collected in there, so it took extra long to go ahead and clean it out. Let me show you what I did inside. I took and after I vacuumed all the turds out and put the turds in the garden, I went ahead and just cleaned the whole rabbit tree out and got it really nice. And it smells better in here too, and it's better at controlling flies. But first of all, I had to take all these vinyl things out, and I pressure washed them, cleaned them up, and then I went ahead and I pop riveted these pieces together because these aren't wide enough to cover these size cages. So I went ahead and pop riveted the two pieces together, and now it looks fantastic. It's all one piece. So that is great. I also put fresh fly strips in here. These fly strips have only been up a couple of hours, and of course I got this one in here, and this is that stinky solution, and it finally is attracting the flies. So there's flies trapped in there, and so it is working to help control those flies. And then I've got fly strip here on this window, and also a fly strip over here on this window. And to help with mask any odor in here, I went ahead and I put the spearmint oil on the window sills, and hopefully it'll change the odor in here and kind of make the flies not want to come in, because primarily it's just the feces that they're after, the stink. So if I can keep that cleaned up regularly, I shouldn't have a problem. And then what I found more effective is just these fly strips work just as well. And if I can mask the odor and just keep the flies away, that's good again, also. Some of you also remember a video I did on Irish Spring soap, blue and green. They're supposed to repel flies. They don't. They just make the area smell pretty. That stuff has flies going around it. Just doesn't work. Something else I did was I had to do a little bit of maintenance on my solar system on the bunny bungalow. Yeah, I have solar panels on the roof. I have a battery bank out front, and something was malfunctioning, and also the light that wasn't working too well that was in here. So I remember the lights I changed out in the RV. I changed them out with LED lighting. Well, those lights that I took out, I'm repurposing, and I put them in here, and now they're working great for in here. I've got one here, and I've got one out on the porch. The porch light one runs off of this onboard timer that I have in this controller for the solar package, and I got it timed to come on when the sun goes down and stay on for about 3 hours, then it goes off. Well, that's it on this episode, and offering tips for mite control in the chicken coop, and also possible rodent control using the spearmint oil, and the mite control using the diatomaceous earth. And I'm also sharing with you guys my cleaning system for the bunny bungalow, and also the overview of the solar package and the new lights on the bunny bungalow. Happy about the new lights. I'm really happy about those, and just keeping it clean, controlling those flies. Oh, those sippy flies. Ugh. So stay tuned to more videos. You could do that by subscribing and clicking that bell icon. That'll alert you to new videos as I do upload them. Give us a thumbs up and click that share button. Share that video on your social media platforms. Helps me out. Leave a comment or a question, or even a tip or a hint. I appreciate those. Please be safe. Always be kind. We'll see you guys in the next homesteading adventure. Bye-bye now.